Well, all right. Welcome, Amplified Unit, to BC's Pro Wrestling Amplified Podcast, episode number 13. They say time flies when you're having fun. Well, we must be having a whole hell of a lot of fun on this channel, on this podcast, because we're already at episode number 13. And episode number 13 just happens to fall on WrestleMania weekend, so you damn well better bet this entire podcast is revolving around WrestleMania. Top to bottom, start to finish, beginning to end, match 1 to match 16, we're going to go over. That's right, you're not hearing things. I said 16 matches, because if you include, within the last 24 hours, the announcement of the Raw Tag Team Championship match, which we think is going to be put on the pre-show with the 3 other matches aforementioned by WWE. Again, we'll go over all of this, but there's at least going to be 12 main show matches, I shall say, and 4 pre-show matches at this point. As of right now, there's only 3 announced pre-show and 13 main show matches. Again, we expect one of them to go over to the pre-show. I hope this is making sense. That's a lot to take in and to go over, but we're going to attempt to do so together, all of us, as thousands of peas in a pod, right? We're going to go over this shit. Stick with me. We'll get through this. I do want to say this for the newer subscribers. This is not your grandmother's cookie cutter preview show. We're not going to hand out participation trophies just because it's WrestleMania. We're not going to give you extra sprinkles on your cupcakes because it's WrestleMania. We're not going to create a rainbow over your rain clouds because it's WrestleMania. No, there's not going to be any mulligans because it's WrestleMania. You catching the theme here? Because it's WrestleMania, guys, we're going to call out the bullshit even more. I'm going to use this platform even bigger, even better, even better than ever before, because we need to make WWE great again. And it's weekends like this where our voices are much louder. They're amplified. So if you're tuning in and you're expecting just pure positivity to get us all excited, well, that's not going to happen. Hopefully you are semi-excited at least. I'm a little bit, just because it's WrestleMania, but there is a lot of matches on this card that are more than befuddling. They are matches that just should not be. And when I get to them, when I go over them, I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm going to drop the truth and the facts that only I can deliver in such a way. I hope that you can take it for what it's worth. Understand what I am saying, and don't just get upset because I'm either picking on your favorite superstar, or I'm making a matchup less interesting, or I'm not getting you as captivated by the WrestleMania spectacle as maybe you want to be. I hope you can take this review and say, wow, that was pretty thorough, pretty informative, and right on the money. That's what I'm hoping you take away from this, because everything I'm about to tell you is straight up fucking facts. I'm not gonna say anything else other than let's get to it. And I want to start right from the top, and by the top I mean the actual last match of the night. This is your actual main event. It is a triple threat for the Raw Women's Championship and the SmackDown Women's Championship. It is a winners-take-all triple threat match involving Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch. Now, this does not mean winner-take-all, that this is a unification of the titles. I want to make that perfectly clear. That means whoever wins this is walking out with both straps, but they are not unifying the championships, at least not as of yet. If they ever do get unified, if you guys thought the women's division was a joke before, just wait until the titles get unified. That would be the worst decision WWE could have ever made. And trust me, they've made a lot of worse decisions in the last 5 years. But that one might just take the cake. If you thought there was so many women in obscurity now, so many women not getting the time of day, so many women being left on the shelf or left at home because they have nothing for them, just wait until there's just one title. And there's some schmucks in the community that think that's a beautiful thing, that that's what needs to happen because things are going to get better with one title. Yeah, okay. They said when Raw and SmackDown and the WWE as a whole came out with the women's tag straps, that they just need to be unified. It needs to be one set of tag team championships, or else it's going to be a clusterfuck. It's going to be horrible. The division's going to be a joke. Well, yeah, what do we got at WrestleMania, guys, with the women's tag team straps? A clusterfuck, a schmaz, a joke. Because Vince doesn't know what to do with the women's division anyway, so that's where we have to solve that problem first and foremost. Making two belts into one isn't solving the problem. That's actually giving up. That's actually saying, Vince, do whatever you want. No, two titles is great. It gives more women a chance. It gives more women the spotlight. But you see what's going on with the tag team championships. What do you think's going to happen when they unify, if they do, which I hope they don't, if they unify the women's straps one day? You're going to see the same thing. Nothing but triple threats, fatal 4-ways, fatal 5-ways, fatal 45-ways. Battle royals for the championship. Because now you're going to have one female bouncing around from every brand. Maybe even NXT. Who knows? And they're going to bounce around and Vince is going to say, everybody deserves it. And you're going to get fatal 10-ways. Every other pay-per-view. That's making the women's division better? Fuck that shit! Sorry, I had to go on a side rant there, because with the whole Asuka-Charlotte thing from a couple weeks ago, and Charlotte winning the SmackDown Women's strap out of nowhere, and Asuka totally getting screwed in the process, there's been a lot of talk about unifying the championships. That may happen one day soon, and I hope it does not, because everyone who thought it was a great idea, oh, I'm gonna be the last one laughing when it falls flat on your face and everyone else's face that thought this was an exceptional idea, that this was gonna make things better. Please, you thought that women's division couldn't get more tragic? Just wait. If they ever unify those straps, it's gonna get a lot more tragic. But I had to go on that side rant because a lot of people think that a winner takes all means a unification. As of now, that is not what WWE is saying, and I hope they never say that. But that is your main event, your last match of WrestleMania. Are you excited? If you are, man, I give you a golf clap. I don't know how you could be. This has been the most roller coaster bullshit booking I perhaps have ever seen in WrestleMania history when it comes to a main event. It is what it is. We hear that saying a lot in the world, right? We use that a lot as slang on fucking social media. It is what it is. This story has been complete shit with traces here and there of decency. Every once in a while, there was something that was cool. Either Ronda was going ballistic and beating everyone up in her path, and that was just badass, or something was so ludicrous it was actually entertaining, like all of them getting arrested last Monday. So there was traces of some decency. I won't even say good, but I'll say decency in the story. But everything else was complete shit from January on. And that's why I just say it is what it is. There's nothing else we can do now other than let them go out there on Sunday night and attempt to steal the show. BC, what the hell are you talking about? They're not going to steal the show. Are you kidding me? I hear you. But that's the position, the predicament that they're placed in, that they're put in. That's where Vince and everybody have put them in. I don't see a way out. They're going to have to go there. They're going to have so many epic things planned for that match. Spots, story, psychology, manner, everything has to be spot on for us to be talking about them more than everyone else on Monday morning. When WrestleMania's said and done, if they want us talking about them, they have to put on the show of shows within the show of shows. They have to steal the show somehow. I don't know how they're going to do it. But you wanted this spot. You said it was yours all the way from fucking December, January on. Well, there you go. You got it. Now you got to prove to everybody that you actually did fucking deserve it. Because the story did not get me there. We'll see what the match does. And again, that is your last match, guys. That's the winner-take-all triple threat for the Raw Championship for the women and the SmackDown Women's Championship. So there is a lot on the line. That's why they took the strap off of Asuka. They wanted the match to be even better, even bigger, even bolder, captivate you, excite you. But I can honestly say for me, it didn't do that. Whether you call this winner-take-all or not, it's still a triple threat for a championship. And I hate schmaz matches when a title is on the line. That should be a champion versus a challenger. Because after all, that's the whole point of the number one contender. Not contenders. Get in line, everybody gets their crack. Not everybody, by the way. We don't want this to be participation trophy. We don't want to be like Bayley and say everybody gets a turn. But if you deserve it, you get your crack at it. Vince McMahon just says Charlotte is a contender. She just shows up on Raw. She's a SmackDown superstar. Vince says Charlotte is going to be in this match. But why? Charlotte hasn't won a match in all of 2019 until recently, correct? When she beat Asuka. That was the only match she has won in 2019 on TV. But that's what I mean. We're supposed to just say, all right, I'll accept it. Please, sir, can I have some more? Because if we keep opening our mouths wide enough, Vince McMahon will keep feeding us and piling up bullshit. We have to take a stand and start questioning it. Why? Why is Charlotte Flair in this match? Just because you love her. Just because you see her as the next big thing. When fans are saying, no, Ronda and Becky had enough. Just them two. We didn't need a third wheel. Just because you love her, that's great. Have a love fest later on in the hotel room if you need to. Not on the grandest stage of them all. Not inside that ring in the main event. Just give us a kick-ass storyline between Ronda and Becky, and we're all in. But it became a triple threat match under circumstances that were absolutely not deserving. So right off the gate, we were like, what the fuck is this bullshit? And then the story was all over the place. For 2 months, you had Becky Lynch hopping along on crutches. You had Charlotte Flair continuing not to win anything, just cutting lame-ass promos. Ronda Rousey was in left field with a hockey stick on her own. She was beating up security. That was the highlight of that storyline. Ronda Rousey beating up everyone else. It had nothing to do with Becky and Charlotte. And again, every once in a while, there was some decency in the storytelling. But man, when I say every once in a while, I'm talking about maybe once a month. Over the last 3 or 4 months. That's not going to cut it. So I'm not happy with that main event, guys, at all. But I'm willing to now let these ladies go out there and attempt to steal the show. And if they even come close to that, I'll give them their props on Monday morning when we do the WrestleMania review show called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I'll absolutely give them their props. I'm not wishing that anyone goes out there, any one of these 16 matches, and puts up a dud. Throws up a mulligan. I'm hoping that all of them go out there and try to outperform each other, one another. I hope all of them go out there and attempt to steal that show. So I'm not wishing bad on any of these matches. I want to let that out there right now. But this is a review, and part of this review is talking about how we got to where we are today. How we got to where we're going to be on Sunday night. How we got to this triple threat match is an absolute sideshow circus. It was a joke. I'm just hoping the match itself is not. All right, because that was the main event, we had to go a little bit extra longer on that, guys. But now we can move on. Next up, some people say this should have been the main event, but I'll call bullshit on that as well. And what I'm talking about is the Universal Championship. This is Brock Lesnar, the champion, taking on challenger Seth Rollins. I can see why people would say that should be the main event, because it is Brock Lesnar. He's been positioned to be this guy who only shows up in the big-time matches. So how the hell are you not going to have him in the biggest match? You're also looking at it as Seth Rollins, probably the biggest star on Raw now. Sorry, Roman Reigns, you might be Vince McMahon's biggest star, but you're not the biggest fan favorite. Right now, I would say it's Seth Rollins. On the Raw brand, on the red brand. So a lot of people think that should be up there. And again, more importantly, the Universal strap is on the line. But I call bullshit on why that should not be the main event, the last match, because while we talk about the ladies having a shitty storyline and a shitty build, Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar has had zero build, zero storyline. So how the fuck are we going to catapult that to the main event? We couldn't. Every time Brock Lesnar showed up, it was literally just to have a little face-to-face with Seth Rollins. Maybe they threw a couple of blows at each other, like this past Monday. Seth Rollins threw a couple of low blows. Got a curb stomp, a stomp in, I should say. And that was it. A few weeks before that, Lesnar showed up in Chicago, cost Seth Rollins a match against Drew McIntyre by just standing up at the rampway. No physicality at all. All the other weeks, the past 2.5 months, 3 months, I'm sorry, since Royal Rumble, was just Brock Lesnar sitting at home. And Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman talking about what's going to happen. The next week, Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins talking about what's going to happen. The next week, Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. That is a zero build on storyline. Sorry, not sorry. That's the truth. So there's no way that could have been our main event. Absolute zero build and story. It's a Brock match, man. Love him or hate him, we always have fun with a Brock Lesnar match. That's the truth. So even though there's been zero build and zero storyline, Vince McMahon is obviously resting on the fact that A, it's WrestleMania, and B, it's Brock Lesnar. And guess what? No matter how much you hate Vince McMahon, he's right. There is going to be some excitement when Brock comes down that ramp at WrestleMania at MetLife. There's going to be that excitement because you know you are at WrestleMania, or you're watching WrestleMania on your couch or wherever you are, at the bar or at your buddy's house. You're watching WrestleMania, so there is going to be that excitement, and you are watching Brock Lesnar walk down that ramp. So Vince is right, whether you like it or not. There is going to be that excitement, man. And again, it's a Brock Lesnar match. Brock Lesnar matches are always fun. Even though he doesn't fucking wrestle for 20 minutes, he doesn't put on a clinic, it's a badass beast. And that in of itself, I can speak, is fun, right? Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor ended up being pretty fun. Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan, pretty fun. Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles, pretty fun. I could keep going on and on. Unless it's like Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman. That was not fun. But with these smaller or semi-smaller dudes, Seth Rollins isn't exactly that small, but smaller guys than Brock, they're usually pretty decent matches. So again, just like the actual main event, the Triple Threat Ladies match, where the storyline did nothing for me, I'm willing to give it a chance. It's kind of the same thing for the Universal Championship. The storyline didn't do anything for me because there was none. There just wasn't. But I'm willing to step back and let them attempt to steal the show. Because it's Seth and Brock. I do feel they're going to put on something. I don't know what it's going to be, but it could be something special. So I'm not going to totally annihilate this match, just like the female match, the Triple Threat match. I'm not going to totally annihilate it. I'm just going to let you guys know that the build has been weak as fuck. The storyline has been non-existent, and now it's up to them to go out there on the grandest stage of them all and show us why they're in the position they are in. On the flip side, the Blue Brand, what many say should be the main event. And this is for the WWE Championship. Daniel Bryan, the champion, taking on challenger Kofi Kingston. I am one of those people that say that should have been the main event of WrestleMania 35. That should be closing out the show. Because that, so far, has been and I say so far, we're only a couple days away now. That has been the best story told that I have seen in recent years. You'd have to go back to WrestleMania 30. That is the last time I have seen a story get pulled off this brilliantly. And ironically, funny enough, that had to do with Daniel Bryan and his whole anti-authority movement, or the authority anti-Daniel Bryan. That was a fun build to WrestleMania 30, guys. That was in New Orleans. That's when Daniel Bryan had to beat Triple H. The first match of WrestleMania 30. And then later in the night, in the main event, he had to beat Randy Orton and Batista. All in one night. And Daniel Bryan had to do the deed. And it culminated in Daniel Bryan winning the championship at WrestleMania 30. Fireworks going off, man. It was a party. You had, the confetti? But it wasn't just what happened at WrestleMania 30, guys. It was the whole story. We were on what was literally called the Yes Movement. And there was nothing like it ever before in pro wrestling, and there'll never be anything quite like it ever again. It was unique, organic to watch itself. And let me tell you guys, it was fun. And I was on that fucking movement, just like all of you guys, and there was no way that WrestleMania 30 was going off the air without Daniel Bryan hoisting that championship, and I'm so glad they made the right decision. But my point is this. This storyline with Kofi and Daniel Bryan, this is the best story since 30. This is the best we've gotten from Vince McMahon and WWE. And that's kind of sad to say, guys, because that's been 5 years ago. And this is the best story we're getting. But beggars can't be choosers. The time has passed. There's nothing we can do about that. We finally got another kick-ass story. And it's ironic because it's almost following the same lines as Daniel Bryan. And Vince McMahon didn't even mean to do this. We know that Vince and WWE love to regurgitate shit. We know that they love to redo shit, rematches, redo storylines. They haven't gotten creative in years. But this actually happened organically. Mustafa Ali can't fulfill his commitments in the gauntlet match. Kofi Kingston is a last-minute replacement. Kofi Kingston steals the hearts of everybody. And then all of a sudden, there's this movement to get him out of the main event at Fastlane. And the Kofi Mania just gets bigger and bigger. And now we've come to a point at WrestleMania where there's no other way. Just like Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30. There's no way 35 can end without Kofi Kingston hoisting that championship. But something tells me Vince McMahon is going to try to screw him again at WrestleMania. And I hope that doesn't happen, man. You know, Daniel Bryan doesn't necessarily like to go to Saudi Arabia. That's your next big event. I believe is that June? Because when the hell is Money in the Bank? Isn't that May? So maybe Daniel Bryan does keep the championship. I gotta see what's next. If Saudi Arabia comes before Money in the Bank or whatever the next pay-per-view is, then Daniel Bryan might be dropping that strap for sure then. Because Daniel Bryan, I don't think, wants to go over there. But if there's a pay-per-view before Saudi Arabia, which I could have sworn that was Money in the Bank, but whatever it is, then Daniel Bryan could absolutely keep that strap. And the story could continue. While the story would be epic continuing, I don't want to see Kofi Kingston not walk out of Mania, New York City, New Jersey, MetLife, without that strap. Because that would tell the story so beautifully, man. That's how you culminate it. That's how you top it off. You put a cherry on that motherfucker. But, damn, guys. This story with McMahon, like, screwing him or trying to every week. And Kofi Kingston keeps defying the odds. You had a little bit of just this happened organically. And then when Vince McMahon knew he had to put Kofi in the main event, or I'm sorry, one of the big matches at WrestleMania. When Vince knew he had to do that, that's when he started kicking in this story in high gear. And guess what? Beautiful. There's nothing more you could have done with this story. There's nothing. And I'm an overbooker. You guys know that. If you're faithful to this channel for the past 2 years, I'm an overbooker. I love overbooking because you can never have enough, or too much, I should say, entertainment. But there's nothing more you could have done or should have done. This has been beautiful. Now you let them go out there, steal the show, because I think this is going to be the one. I'm telling the ladies to try to. I'm telling Brock and Seth to try to. But that's the match, man. We're just talking about storyline. What about the actual athleticism, the actual wrestling capabilities and abilities? What about Kofi versus Daniel Bryan one-on-one at WrestleMania? If Vince gives them the time, guys, they're going to steal the show. Will Vince give them the time? I mean, I know we thought that with Shinsuke and AJ Styles at WrestleMania, and that did the opposite of stealing the show. That kind of stunk up the place. I don't think Kofi and Daniel Bryan are even capable of doing that. I just hope Vince gives them enough time, man. I would like to see a half an hour, if not plus, with these two. Because you saw what they did at the Elimination Chamber. They had a little bit of a mini match within the Chamber match. They went like 20 minutes. We wanted to see them go another 30. So, Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan, let's rock that shit out. There's nothing more I can say of that. One of the greatest stories I've ever seen in recent memory. And it's right up there with the Daniel Bryan story of WrestleMania 30. Again, nothing will ever reach that level but of the Yes Movement. But Kofi Mania is something too. That is an entity too. And that's really high up there, man. You had the Yes Movement 5 years ago. We got Kofi Mania now. And it just happens to be against the leader of the Yes Movement. The leader of Kofi Mania taking on the leader of the Yes Movement. Fucking A! Take my money on that shit! Anger! Anger got so excited, he nosedived. He can't take the excitement. I gotta go get Anger, and then I'm gonna fucking down the rest of this coffee, and then we're gonna continue on. You guys don't gotta move anywhere. I'm gonna snap my fingers, and we're gonna be right back. Alright guys, let's continue to rock on, and before we continue, I just want to let you guys know Anger is just fine. He has taken over his New York City cab once again, so all is right in the world. And where are my manners too, by the way? Mitch Jr. wanted to say hello to all you guys earlier. I didn't even give him the chance. So Mitch Jr. says, "What's up?" to everyone out there in the AMP unit. Hopefully he's not being blocked by Gary Sheffield. A lot of people think this is Derek Jeter. If you saw him up close, you would know that's not Derek Jeter. That's good old number 11 for the New York Yankees, Gary Sheffield. And hopefully he's not blocking Mitch Jr. too, man. Mitch Jr. needs the spotlight. And don't worry, guys, we just caffeinated him. I took a Starbucks, sprinkled his fronds earlier, so he's fully caffeinated, ready to get amplified with all of us. Anyway, what the hell am I talking about? I think I'm trying to do everything in my power not to go over this next match. I'm kidding. Relax. I'm talking about Vince McMahon's pride and joy, Roman Reigns, taking on Drew McIntyre. I believe this will be a good match. Because on paper, it's a good match. I mean, I think we can all agree that Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, that's pretty interesting. Which is why it's so disappointing. Because we didn't get more of a story with these two. So because I really had I thought there would be a lot of potential in the story itself, there was lack of story. And that seems to be WWE's MO, right? Especially for this WrestleMania. There's just not a lot of story being told in these matches. Most of them don't have a good story. A lot of them don't even have a story. And Roman and Drew are kind of like the same. Yes, a couple weeks in the past month, Drew McIntyre has beaten up Roman a little bit, but you're going to have to do more. Vince McMahon has to realize that telling a story has to be more than just a guy beating up a guy a couple weeks. You gotta tell a story. You're a television show. You're an entertainment juggernaut. The wrestling match at the pay-per-view is the ultimate payoff, but what's the story being told? Like Papa Shango casting a curse on the Ultimate Warrior, or Samoa Joe showing up at AJ Styles' house when he knows Styles isn't there just to see his wife Wendy. Or Stone Cold going to Brian Pillman's house, knowing Brian Pillman is there, and Brian Pillman waiting for him with a little something extra. Extracurricular activity I'm not going to go over. If you guys know what I mean, if you guys saw that, you know what I'm talking about. Or Stone Cold and Booker T fighting in a supermarket. Or, as ludicrous as it is, Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte beating the hell out of each other in cop cars and all three of them getting arrested. Hey man, it may be ludicrous, but at least it's a story. I got nothing with Roman and Drew, and that's a shame because it had potential. Now we just got to let him go in the ring, and it seems to be the theme of this entire WrestleMania. Go into the ring, and that's where you're going to have to tell your story. You know? I hope they at least do that, but we could have had a better story told during the last month or two. Man, it's a shame, you know what I mean? Because something like Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, that should be a marquee match at a pay-per-view. I'm definitely down to see that in a marquee match. If done correctly, I wouldn't mind seeing that if it had to be in a main event. But if that's how you're going to do it, I'm glad this is stuck in the middle of a WrestleMania. But knowing Vince, he'll put this right next to the main event. Who knows? AJ Styles is going to take on Randy Orton at WrestleMania. And with this match, guys, this started out, you guys know how I feel. I was not interested in this at all because I knew what it was. They had nothing for Styles for WrestleMania. They had nothing for Orton. So this just screamed they threw them together just for the hell of it. Just to give them something to do. And that's exactly what it was. It wasn't just that I believed that that was the case. That's what it was. And I told you guys when that first started to take shape, and I put out the very next video afterwards, and I told you guys they're going to have to do a lot more to captivate me. And I thought Drew and Roman was going to do a lot more to captivate me. They didn't. It was AJ and Orton that ended up captivating me when this was all said and done, storyline-wise. Because they actually interested, or at least piqued my interest. You know, when you saw Styles go for the phenomenal forearm and it ends in an RKO, or Randy Orton showing up out of nowhere and trying to get the best of AJ Styles, but Styles gets the best of Randy Orton. So they don't quite have each other's number yet. I love that. And that was only the beginning of the story. We saw this past Tuesday night on SmackDown. The story all along, they should have played on this even more, but I'm at least glad they touched on it Tuesday, that AJ Styles is everything that Randy Orton hates about the business. The indie competitors, the ones that bounced around from high school to high school gymnasiums, in armories, in bingo halls, in front of 50 people at best sometimes, to make their $50 a night. Randy Orton picks on those people a lot on social media, but AJ Styles came from those high school gyms. And Styles is looking at Orton like, yeah, you've always had this WWE top spot, the spotlight on you, and I have to earn and scratch and claw for everything I've had. But I'm going to prove Sunday at WrestleMania that these indie guys like myself, we're better than you. And Orton's going to try to show Styles, you need to go back to the fucking indies because you're still Little League. I don't care how long or how many times you've held the heavyweight championship. When you take on a heavyweight like me, a dynamite superstar like me, you're going back to the indies because I'm going to make sure that I send you there. That's the story. And I love it. And over a month ago when this thing started, and I knew it was just being thrown together because they had nothing for them, I said they're going to have to do a lot more to interest me. They did it. Kudos, man. That's more than a golf clap. Because that's awesome. Kudos to Styles and Orton, and whoever's idea this was to make it this personal between the two, because if you saw that Tuesday SmackDown, man, AJ Styles called out Randy Orton's failed drug tests, and Orton called AJ Styles, because Cena's now in Hollywood, you're now the corporate bitch. It got personal. Maybe that was just Styles and Orton bouncing off ideas with each other backstage. Maybe it had nothing to do with creative, because this screams non-creative for WWE. Because this was interesting, it makes me think WWE creative had nothing to do with it. But anyway, those are a couple of special exhibition matches there. Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles, Randy Orton. Then you have the biggest exhibition match of the night, and this is Triple H versus Batista. And guys, this is going to be a no-holds-barred match with Triple H's career on the line. Man. This is two old vets. Okay, this is an old school match in the middle of WrestleMania. So I'm on board. You guys know I love the old school. You guys know I'm always down to see Batista or Triple H or The Undertaker or Shawn Michaels. I love giving the part-timers some WrestleMania shine. So I'm going to love seeing Batista and Triple H in there. I do wish they had more of a storyline. That, again, seems to be the theme of the entire WrestleMania card. I wish there was more story. But even more so with these two, because it started off so hot and heavy. Ric Flair's 70th birthday party bash on Raw. And Ric Flair gets jumped backstage by a returning Batista. And Batista says into the camera, "Do I got your attention now, Hunter?" And we thought this was going to be probably the best storyline we've seen in years. That turned out to be Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan. And instead, Triple H and Batista, nothing else happened after that. A couple of promos by Triple H, a promo in a satellite, and one promo, or via satellite, I should say, not in a satellite. That would be kind of awkward, or really cool. Who's up there in space? We got Neptune, we got Mars, we got fucking Venus, we got Batista! He's his own entity. He wasn't in a satellite, but he was via satellite. So we got two promos by Triple H, a promo by Batista via satellite, and a promo via Washington, D.C. in the middle of the ring by Batista this past Monday. And that was just 3 words, right? Or 4 words. What the fuck? What did he say? Kiss my ass? Or maybe it was Hunter, kiss my ass. So it was 4 words. And that was it. So again, ever since Ric Flair getting his ass whooped backstage by a returning Batista, the next month was nothingness. That's a shame because this had so much potential. But when it's all said and done, it looks like Vince is resting on the match alone, just like he's doing with every other match. Fuck the storylines. Let's just go through the motions, and at WrestleMania, we'll give him the story within the match. I hope he's right, man. I really hope that all these matches deliver because they're really resting everything within the match itself. Because Lord knows the storyline, there was nothing. And let's be honest, Triple H's career on the line, does it really do anything? A, he's near the end of the career anyway, as far as in-ring. Batista, this is probably most likely, I should say, his last match. So it wouldn't matter if you even said it's career on the line, both careers. Batista's probably, that's it for him anyway. Triple H only wrestles once a year anyway. Unless he's going to do Saudi Arabia again, it looks like just WrestleManias from here on out. And even if Triple H loses this match, guys, he's the boss. He could easily say, I'm wrestling again next year or the year after. And come up with some freaky, quirky storyline that says he's wrestling again. You know, maybe his wife, Stephanie, says, no, I'm reinstating Triple H to kick your ass, you know, or maybe Vince says, I'm the owner. Triple H will wrestle one more time. You know, who the fuck knows? It doesn't mean anything. You look at WrestleMania 7, Macho Man versus the Ultimate Warrior. Career-ending match for both of them. Whoever loses, that's it. That is a career-on-the-line match. Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, even though you knew this was it for Ric Flair, man, that was a defining moment. That was kind of cool. Triple H, Batista, yeah. Because even if Triple H wins this, you know he's only going to wrestle once a year. It's not that big of a deal. The no-holds-barred aspect is fun, but when you look at Batista, he has a full movie schedule coming up. They can't get too fucking frisky and risky with each other. Right? They can't be trying to take each other's heads off with fucking boulders and shit. Or chasing after each other with chainsaws and fucking bolt cutters. Oh, fuck. Who knows? But it should be a fun exhibition match. It's H, it's Batista. Who doesn't have 20 minutes to see that? I know I do. And shut up, you do too, you know it. There's somebody out there like, not me, I'm busy, I got a lot to do, BC. No, you chill out, you watch Batista and Triple H, because again, this could be the final time we see any of them. I think Triple H will see a bit more. But for Batista, this is probably it. Enjoy it. Next up, oh man, here we go. Intercontinental Championship match. Bobby Lashley, the champion, taking on Finn Balor. Demon Balor, that's right. This, I'm going to say it straight up. This is a waste of the Demon. It's a waste of an IC strap match. It's just another redundant Raw match. That's all this is. If it seems like we've seen Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor on Monday Night Raw before, it's because we've had numerous times. So many times. That's seeing them at WrestleMania. If Finn is pop collar smiley Finn, if he's demon Finn, if he's fucking local Walmart employee Finn, it doesn't matter what he is. If he shows up in a McDonald's uniform and he calls himself the McFinn, it doesn't matter because we've already seen this match so many times before. And so many times in the last 2 years, you should have, not just could have, should have brought out the Demon, and he didn't. And a lot of people are saying Vince is telling him not to. No, Finn Balor went to Vince McMahon and said, I don't want to rest on that character. I just want to be this style of Finn. Pop collar smiley. I doubt he said pop collar smiley to Vince, but he said, I just want to be this version. I don't want to rest as the Demon or on the Demon. And that's bullshit, dude. Come on, brother. That is a larger-than-life character that you created. You should be proud of that. I understand you want to make it special and not have it out there all the time. But, dude, 2 or 3 times a year? That's all we're asking. No. He always brings it out lately in the most nonsensical matches. I think last year he brought it in New York as well against, what, Baron Corbin? Was that SummerSlam? I don't fucking know. Nor do I give a shit. Now he's bringing it out against Bobby Lashley in the middle of WrestleMania 35 for an Intercontinental Championship match that we've already seen before. What the fuck do you need the Demon for to beat Bobby Lashley? Come on. It's a waste. It's a waste, and you guys know I really love the Demon character, and I wish it was done correctly, man. He just showed up on the Tron this past Monday. He just showed up as the Demon. The crowd didn't even pop that hard. You know why? Because it was brutally, tragically done. Comes up out of nowhere on the Tron. That's how you brought back the Demon? Pre-announced for WrestleMania just because you're in New York, New Jersey, MetLife. And you think that's the only way you're going to get the die-hard pop there? Yeah, you're right. But I thought you didn't want to rest on that. You're pop collar smiley the rest of the fucking time, the rest of the year. Oh, you don't want to bring that to New York, New Jersey, do you? Yeah, you'll fucking be booed out of that place. So frustrating, man. So frustrating because the Demon could have helped so many storylines. It really could have. And just the Intercontinental title match in itself just frustrates me because who the fuck would honestly say, I cannot wait to see that match? Who is honestly excited to see that? Maybe they did. Maybe they had to beg Finn to bring back the Demon because they realized, oh fuck, this is one of the most fucking, this is right up there with a schmaz match. This is as horrible as an Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal or a Women's Battle Royal, where the winner gets absolutely nothing. Oh wait, we're not done. The United States Championship. This is just a waste of a United States Championship strap match. Because this is just another redundant SmackDown match. Or something I could easily see on SmackDown. Already have seen it several times. A lot of those, yes, were in 6-man tags and tag team matches, don't get me wrong. But I've seen Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe already. Why do I need to see this on Mania? Again, this screams. Vince McMahon just wanted to throw Mysterio on the card, wanted to give Samoa Joe's championship a spot on the card. This had no thought put into it. This has no storyline put into it. And those are title matches. And they're just redundant show matches. Show matches, not meaning big show, whatever their fucking projected show is. Monday Night Raw for Bobby Lashley and Finn Balor, SmackDown for Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio. These are just redundant matches from their given shows. In fact, I don't even want to see Lashley and Finn Balor on Monday Night Raw. I can only hope that's in a dark match instead of being on live TV. And I don't want to see Rey Mysterio and Samoa Joe anymore on SmackDown. I can only hope that's on a dark match. Do I seem like I don't give a fuck about these matches? Because if it seems that way, that would be accurate. That would be correct. Oh, fuck. I can't even get a moment to catch my fucking breath now because now we're going into the 9th match on this card, and this is going to be the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Oh, welcome to Schmaz Mania, everybody. This is our first real dose of Schmaz Mania, even though our main event is a triple threat schmaz. Because now we have Sasha Banks and Bayley taking on the Iconics and Nia and Tamina and Beth Phoenix and Natalya. You couldn't have just left it at Sasha and Bayley versus Beth and Natalya. That's cool. That's a championship match. That's something I could care about and give two shits about. No, they had to go and make this a schmaz because in Vince's world, everybody deserves a spot now. Everybody has to get on the card. We have to shove everybody into these matches. And that's why I told you guys, wait till they unify, if they ever do, which I hope they don't. If they ever unify the Women's Championship, the Raw and the SmackDown, it becomes one title. Be prepared for a bunch, a plethora of triple threats, fatal fours, fatal 45 ways, battle royals for the championship. Who knows? But you're not going to get a bunch of one-on-ones, I assure you. Especially if you have one champion who has to juggle 2 brands. You think Vince isn't going to give everyone from both brands that shot every given pay-per-view? Come on, man. You were already seeing it with the tag straps. So Sasha and Bayley are gonna, I don't even know what the... This was the big plan for women's championships, and everyone got all excited in 2018 when I said this is criminal what they're doing to Sasha. And so many people said, BC, relax. This is gonna lead to Sasha and Bayley getting tag team championships. And I told you guys, I rebutted. I said, what the hell is that gonna do, guys? You're still going to have Sasha and Bayley in nonsensical tag matches. I don't care if you put gold around their waist or you fucking take out their teeth and replace them with gold teeth. I don't care if they're wearing gold hats. Gold shoes like Sasha Banks' new shoes from Foot Locker. Check them out. They're actually pretty badass if you're a female. I don't care where gold is placed on them. Big old gold chains like Brodus Clay around there. I don't care what type of gold they have. They're still in nonsensical tag matches. It's the bottom line. Schmazmania begins with this fucking nonsensical tag team match. That's all I can say about it. Now at least I can talk about something that I'm looking forward to again. This is the 10th match on my card. And this is The Miz taking on Shane McMahon, Falls Count Anywhere. At first, I thought, Shane and Miz for WrestleMania? That's not captivating me. That's not exciting. But then, every single part of this story, just like Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan, every part of this story was done perfectly. And now we get to sit back and enjoy the WrestleMania match. Because ever since Royal Rumble, even beforehand, you could go back to the Best in the World tournament. I don't know if the plan was that all along from that far back. But if I'm them, I'm saying it was. Because this has been beautiful. The way Miz has been saying he wants to make his dad proud. And he latched on to the Miz. And the Miz is kind of like, I have the same kind of thing with my father. And maybe we could be a Dynamite tag team. And they didn't really click. And we thought maybe the Miz is going to turn on Shane. But it's Shane that turns on the Miz. And Shane reaches this whole different type of villain where he actually took Miz's father. And then Shane McMahon kind of mocks the Miz the next several weeks after Fastlane and really lays into the fact that he had the Miz's father right in his hands and he should have done even more damage. And Miz tapping into this new Miz. I've never seen this Miz, man. This is a reborn again Miz. This is the best Miz we've seen in his entire career. And he's held the championship before, guys, the top prize in this company. But this Miz, he's at his A game right now. He's firing on all cylinders, kind of like I say the Usos are. So is the Miz. So you have Shane McMahon tapping into a character better than ever before that he's ever played. You got the Miz playing the best Miz that he's ever played. In a storyline that's been near perfect, if not perfect. And now the only thing left to do is let them go out there and perform in a Falls Count Anywhere match. We already know Miz is a daredevil within himself. Did I say Miz? Shane McMahon, I'm sorry. Did I say Shane? Well, Shane McMahon is a daredevil within himself. But if you think Miz is just going to sit back and let Shane McMahon get all the spotlight, no, I think Miz is going to go out there and he's going to take risks and chances as well. This could be the sleeper match. People are kind of like, yeah, Shane and Miz should be okay. Decent storyline. No, this was a damn good storyline, and this should be a damn good match. But that's just one man's thought process on the whole deal. Where do you guys want to go? Matchup number 11 on my card? Oh boy, here we go. This was just announced in the last 24 hours, guys. The Raw Tag Team titles, which we thought was going to be another schmaz match, so we should be happy it's not. Although there is still another 24 hours to go here. 48 hours. So Vince McMahon could actually say, you know what? Let's make that Raw Tag title match a schmaz. Let's throw everyone in. But as of now, we should be happy. It's not a schmaz. But then we hear what it is, and we're not as happy, are we? It's going to be the Revival defending their tag straps against Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. Now, yes, we like Zack Ryder. We like Kurt Hawkins. We would like them to get a chance at titles. But if we're going to bitch and complain about how Charlotte Flair got into this triple threat match, and how Kevin Owens just came back from injury right into a championship match at Fastlane against Daniel Bryan, if we're going to complain about that, then I have to do the same about Ryder and Hawkins. They're on a losing streak of all losing streaks. They're not winning anything, and they're just placed in a title match at WrestleMania. Guys, just because I like somebody doesn't mean it's the right decision. It makes these titles look like jokes. And to me, Zack Ryder and Hawkins going for tag titles is a mockery of the tag team championships, just as a schmaz match would have been. So this is no better than a schmaz match. And what are you going to do? Is Vince's ultimate plan having Ryder and Hawkins actually win their first match on the grandest stage of them all? Yes, that story would be awesome if you told it correctly. If this was like an ongoing feud for the last 4 to 6 weeks at least, and it culminated with Hawkins finally winning a match and it's for tag straps, then that's cool, man. That's awesome. But this is something that just in the last 24 hours, Ryder and Hawkins kind of on social media were having fun and challenged the Revival, and the Revival accepted. That's not a storyline. And you're going to have the Revival lose against Ryder and Hawkins. The Revival has lost to everybody on this roster, every way you could imagine. If you're going to have them as tag team strap holders, let's start to make them relevant. You can start at WrestleMania. That's just bogus, guys. It really is. You want to talk bogus? How about Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin in Kurt Angle's farewell match? It'll be good to pay homage to Kurt Angle one last time. But Baron Corbin? I mean, we still all have a bad taste in our mouth from Monday Night Raw. The go-home show of Raw to WrestleMania ended with Baron Corbin and Kurt Angle's angle. Yeah, that goes, right? Kurt Angle's angle. Let's start with Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin's angle. How's that? 2 different angles in there. Yeah, I don't even know what to fucking say, man. I think I'm trying to make a fucking joke here because the joke at hand is the actual match. And I don't want to be that harsh because it's Kurt Angle's farewell match. But this just can't happen. It shouldn't happen. And because of that, knowing Vince, it will happen. It'll be Kurt versus Baron. We're hoping something crazy is going to happen where maybe Baron Corbin's jumped backstage or maybe in the ring and it's John Cena maybe that'll give Kurt his last match. Maybe The Rock will come out of nowhere. Who knows, man? And I like Baron too. That's not shade. You guys know. I think Baron Corbin is actually a pretty good heel in this company. I don't like the way this was again, the theme of this WrestleMania is no thought was put into it. I feel like they put all the thought in Kurt Angle's last match and they didn't even give a shit about who it was going to be against. They didn't stop and think maybe the crowd, the audience, the fans were going to actually care about who the opponent is. Surprise, Vince. We did. We do. And for a lot of people, Baron Corbin isn't cutting it. And even if he was cutting it for you, even if you love Baron Corbin and you don't mind this match, that was not the way you end Raw for the go-home show. The crowd in attendance didn't pop at all because they didn't even know what was going on, A, or B, probably more importantly, they thought something else was going to happen. No, we faded to black and that was Raw. Next up, you got the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. Schmazmania continues, folks. Usos take on Ricochet and Aleister Black, taking on The Bar versus Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. 8 men going for 2 titles. Sound familiar? Yep, the women tag team title match is the same exact thing. We already went over that. I'd be just giving you guys more fucking pain at this point if I was to regurgitate that match. There's nothing I can say about this SmackDown tag match. It's Schmazmania. What am I supposed to say about this? It's going to be a match with moves. Probably a bunch of spots. It's a match I could not care less about. Couldn't care less about this match. The Usos deserved better. We as fans deserved better. We should have saw the Usos, who are performing at the top of their game right now, versus the Hardy Boys, who you know deep down within think they got one more big run left in them. Imagine the Usos versus the Hardys for the tag straps at WrestleMania. That is a take my money match. Instead, they put on an 8-man schmaz match, so give me my money back. And Ricochet and Aleister Black, why are they on every fucking show lately? They're on every Monday Night Raw, every SmackDown. They're even on NXT going for title straps. Guys, this is too much Ricochet and Aleister Black because the more important story here is they're not being utilized properly. Aleister Black looks like a clown in a tag team with Ricochet. That is not Aleister Black's character. He's supposed to be more badass, not just in a fucking random tag team. I don't know what this is doing for them. Oh, fuck, man. Where are we at? Kickoff show matches. You guys I can run through these real quick. These are the 3 announced kickoff show matches. We expect the Revival versus Ryder and Hawkins to be there, but we're not sure of that. So that might be on the main show. But these are 3 kickoff show, guys, matches. Cruiserweight Championship, Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese. This match will deliver because it's a Buddy Murphy match, and they usually deliver. But Buddy Murphy versus Nese, I've seen better, and that's not a WrestleMania-worthy match. It's just not, guys. Not by a long shot. So that's no shade to them. I think they'll deliver, but that absolutely belongs on the pre-show, the kickoff. Because it's Buddy Murphy versus fucking Tony Nese. Why would you need to see that on the... We've seen better cruiserweight matches on shows far lower on the totem pole than WrestleMania, all right? So I know there's just a lot of people that are complaining that they were back on the kickoff show. Guys, usually... Oh, who the fuck am I? I can't lie to you. I'm not usually with you. I always think the cruiserweight should be on the kickoff show because I'm just not they haven't captivated us. Okay, so they're great at their glorified gymnastics. Some of the stories have been okay, but Vince doesn't give them the time of day. Until he does, I'm not going to sit back and be captivated. I'm not going to sit back and fucking make time for them, make the main show fucking 7 hours just for them. No, tell me why I should care about them. They failed to do that in the last 2 years of the cruiserweight division. So, no, that belongs on the kickoff show for me. Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. This is a joke, right? This is just a joke. I'm not going to spend any of my fucking breath on this. This is a fucking clusterfuck, and the end prize is for nothingness. You get a trophy that's going to be fucking broken by somebody in the next 48 hours anyway. And by the way, every single person that has won that Battle Royal has went on to conquer nothing in their future. Next up, it's just as bad on the female side, because it's the Women's Battle Royal. Woo fucking woo. The only thing more tragic about having a Women's Battle Royal is the fact that Asuka and Naomi and females like that are in this thing. They should have had something better for Naomi, and they damn sure should have had something way more better and treated better Asuka. Asuka shows up to work 2 SmackDowns ago, and she's told she's dropping the strap. She's not going to have a WrestleMania match for the strap. In fact, she's going to be in a Battle Royal on the kickoff show. If you don't think Asuka was done dirty, I don't know what the fuck you're thinking or how you're even a pro wrestling fan. Watching this channel at least. Because you need to have your fan card taken away. Because I assure you, that's fact. That's not opinion. Asuka was done dirty. Shows you how last minute this company is, though. Last minute, Vince decides that is definitely going to be his main event with the ladies. So now he needs to make it more relevant, so he adds another title. That shows you Vince didn't have any of these plans ironed out until just a few weeks ago. And I bet you he still doesn't have them all ironed out. He's so far up the XFL's ass, and everything he does in life now revolves around the XFL. WWE is being treated like the second fiddle. Was that it? That was all 16, right? Yes, there you go. That's it, guys. That's your fucking preview. We just went over all 16 matches. I know I had a lot to say. It seems like I got amplified and I was overly negative to a lot more matches than the ones I was more positive to, but I didn't mean to come across that way. I did expect to and told you guys that I was going to tell the truth, but I actually am looking forward to a lot of these matches. So if it seemed like I was a little bit more negative, it didn't mean to come across that way, although a lot of these matches did need to get the bullshit called out of them, like the Women's Battle Royal, like the Men's Battle Royal, like the SmackDown Tag Team Championship Schmaz match, 8 people for 2 titles, like the Women's Tag Team Schmaz match, 8 women for 2 titles, and even that main event, 3 people going for 2 titles. It's just all fucking, it's a sideshow more than usual this year. But there are matches that I am looking forward to, like Miz and Shane McMahon, Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles and Randy Orton, Batista and Triple H, even Rollins and Lesnar. I think they'll deliver as well. And Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, I think, will be a sleeper match. So half of this card, guys, in an odd way, I am actually looking forward to. So Hopefully you guys have something you're excited about, and hopefully multiple things you're excited about for this WrestleMania, but at least 2 or 3 matches I hope you guys are excited about. If not, it's going to be a really long night for you guys. The kickoff is around 5 o'clock. This show is not supposed to end till around 12:30, 1 o'clock. You're looking at over 7 hours of action, or lack thereof, depending on how you're looking at it. But so it could be a long night for a lot of you guys, but I am looking forward to half of this show at least. I do want to try to give you guys this weekend some video of Access and maybe even the Hall of Fame. I don't know how much I'm going to video, so if it's not a lot, then I'm just not going to put it in these videos, but I am going to try because I have some Access sessions coming up this weekend. Of course, the Hall of Fame. And WrestleMania, I usually don't video a lot. I just kind of sit back. I enjoy the whole thing. And that way, by doing it that way, guys, I'm giving you guys the best review, good, the bad, and the ugly, the next morning. By actually taking it all in, staying off of social media, not videoing. I really want to pay attention to every little detail. So hopefully that pays off in the long run. And again, WrestleMania for me is a chance to just be that fan again. Where I started off fucking 4 or 5 years old to the time when I was 12, 13 to 17, 18, 21, 22. Now in my fucking 30s, I still love this shit when it's said and done. Now I just have a platform to try to make it better because I know this company can be better than what it is. And it's failing in so many levels, man. But WrestleMania is that one time a year where we all come together and we remember what we love about this business, what we love about this company. And that's what we all do, and that's what we're going to do this weekend. Hopefully you guys join me. That's it for this complete WrestleMania preview in the 13th episode of BC's Pro Wrestling Amplified podcast. I thank you guys so much for joining me, for all the AMP unit out there that stuck with me through the whole video, through all 16 matches. Let's be honest, this might be more entertaining than WrestleMania itself. Remains to be seen, but thank you so much. Let's all continue on with WrestleMania weekend, guys. Hopefully it's a good one for you guys. I'll see you this weekend with more content. For now, for Mitch Jr., for Anger! Don't fall again, Anger. Anger, that was a lot of info throughout this video that he had to take in. And of course, for the Amplified Man, for now, we're saying, check you.